Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Infertile.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then...
Okay, that was definitely her face. This is... either that's her twin sister, or she really is, like, split personality. Because she keeps referring to Hannah in the third person. Only on this date, which is the last date I have.
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
Okay, well the music just changed.
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
No, I'm not!
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby.
They're twins!
I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Who the heck is Florence? Guys, we were onto something here.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Okay, now we gotta look up Florence.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
So it's her twin she didn't know about?
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby. carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me. Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there.
Her story.
I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had love, children, planned to have a large family. But her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. Well, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know. No, it was just me and her. It was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
So her twin was raised across the street? Is that... I mean, that's what it's saying. I can't tell if there's subtext here or...
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. It helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, it just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Hey, that sounds like subtext for this game.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs.
Mother, she means Florence?
It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Getting closer.
Just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page.
She was switching places with Hannah?
We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them. okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty. Maybe it was mistaken identity.
You think?
Did they catch her there? I don't know. Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another Carl in the hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
That's where her miscarriage came from. Yeah, sirens are coming for you, crazy people. Totally parent-trapped Simon. How screwed up is that? Ouija board. Carl? This is getting weird, guys.
It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. We didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird, in a way it hadn't been before.
So she did physically live in their attic.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15. No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It was stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Like Eve.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon. Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through it.
Guys, I think we found it. That crash that was part of her alibi, clearly it was the work of the bad driver. So while she was in Glasgow with the alibi, pretty sure Hannah killed Simon.
The test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car.
You were so close to getting away with it too.
You can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's pretty different.
We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Alrighty then. Guys, I feel like I kind of know the whole story. I'm not sure what else to search for. Just for kicks.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
That's it, guys. They had a fight with the mirror. Hannah cut his throat.
His body didn't real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses. He doesn't always wear. On his throat. How?
What is that she has?
On his throat.
It's like a small mirror.
How? Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. He was dead.
Guys, I don't know how to finish this. I feel like there's a definitive ending, but I don't know how to find it. I feel like we've figured out the story. Hannah and Eve were twins. Eve went home with Florence, the midwife. Their mom did not know that she had had twins. She grew up with Florence, learned about Hannah. They started living each other's lives. Took each other's virginity because they were that close. Hannah fell in love with Simon. Didn't want to share Simon. Let's watch that one more time. The actual death scene.
Florence was a warm, kind person.
Wrong one.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present, another mirror, just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy.
That was it.
Smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Hey guys, after these 5, we're gonna have to stop because this is already gonna be an hour-long Let's Play. I might actually have to split it again. I really don't want to. But, man, I really want to finish this. We've come so close.
Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that.
Well, it wasn't you driving, it was Eve. She's the bad driver.
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you. This is a nice of them. This is where you take people when it's time to arrest them. Yes. No lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for? Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
I lied, I'm gonna watch some more.
Yes. I understand my rights. No, I don't need a lawyer. I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories. You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder.
Yeah, I've watched this one.
Yeah? That's me. But February, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder? I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person. I'd like to speak to a lawyer now.
One volume missing. I've seen everything but one. I have to find the last one. Yeah, I know about that. You know, knowing that the game that he made is called Mirror is much creepier now.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
It's very true, you killed him with it.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday, then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. It turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
And went to Glasgow.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have one cup.
There's always more.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before.
You cut his throat with glass.
He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV. Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality.
It's ironic.
It's an apple and a snake.
Like Eve.
So I moved out.
Out of the attic?
Got a small bed sit. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings. So I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist. He saw me singing one of my shows, pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was, but he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, well, that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
So did Simon figure out they were different people? Guys, I think I need to stop there. I'm probably going to actually split this into two, which you already know, if this is the second half of the two that you're watching. Because we've gone, a little over an hour. Thank you guys so much. This game was fascinating. I'm going to look online for some stuff and see if I can figure out what everyone else went on, and if there's a way to get the final ending, because I think that I've done enough on my own to earn that. I pretty much know the story. There's just a few holes I'd like to figure out, and at this point it would just be randomly putting in words. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed this. Wish I had played it last year. It would have been one of my Game of the Year contenders, because it's unlike anything else, and I really hope they do something like this again. Actually, they just said they're working on a Her Story too, so looking forward to that. Thank you guys again for watching all this time. Bye.